Morning. Ira Epstein with your Morning Flash Update. And this update is for Tuesday, and we're at the 19th of September, 2023, the time 8:20 a.m. Central Time. So, interesting times. We got the FOMC meeting beginning. Now, this is the trifecta week because you get the big three banks, the United States, Bank of England, Bank of Japan, all giving you their policy. But are you aware there's 8 other central banks between now and Friday that are making their moves? Turkey, there's just a real lot of banks that are in there. So keep your eye on all this. This is going to be an important time in everything. Energy prices are nonstop. I don't know what they're going to do. The Biden administration has no policy on it. The Fed's going to be looking at it. They have to be concerned, even though their core number throws out food and energy. The headline won't, and this is weighing on everything around the world. This is not just the United States. This is everywhere. Harvest pressure continues in the corn and the beans. You'll get bounces, but big crops, you go down for harvest lows probably here. The dollar down a little bit as most currencies trying to just waddle, if you will, through this. The big moves will begin after we get to 1 o'clock tomorrow. After we see the announcement. The dot plots are going to be very important. But remember, dot plots are what people think in the Fed membership today. That changes. They're not bound by it. You don't know who's saying what. Do not look for the Fed to take out the ability for one more rate hike this year, even though the odds are strongly against it. I'm of the opinion, as you've known, that they should go with it. But I am definitely the outlier guy, so I realize it, and I don't put it into my trade analysis. You know, when I look at the fundamentals, I don't see why they don't do it. Housing starts. Look at the pain that these high interest rates are doing. The starts are down 11.3. Now, you'll say, but Ira, the permits are up. Yeah, you can get a permit, and you're waiting for an event to happen. And getting permits sometimes can take a very long time. I know in Florida, it can be 6 months to a year in certain areas. So I can understand that the permits are going, but the starts, people are just saying, hold on, hold on. High interest rates, the financing of it, what do we want to do right here? Retail sales are continuing in the 4% range. We get the API numbers, first day of the FOMC now. United Auto Workers, the head of the UAW, has said that if he doesn't get serious proposals by Friday at noon, he's going to authorize more strikes. Now, all he'll keep doing is putting people out of work. Do you honestly think the big three aren't making what they think are serious proposals? So you see the difference in the divide. The other big issue that we all have facing us is what are we going to do with the federal government? They're going to be out of money at the end of the month. And as they come out of money, what do they do before then? How do they get to a stopgap bill is going to be the question. What services get cut? What don't get funded for the 30 days? As you know, politicians never do anything to the end. They never, I've never seen it in federal government. Let's get proactive and decide this now. It's always in the last 72 hours, so you can see what's going on. It's more contentious this year because we have the immigration policy. We have people looking at what's going to be if they reach a deal that can go longer, that carries through possibly the election time or right into it, right? So got to put all this thinking in there at this point. Metal market's still strong except for copper. Another one of the deals, Evergrande, got an extension. But folks, these extensions that are happening in China in their housing market are Band-Aids. If product doesn't start moving, there's problems. Now, a lot of people think that what's going to happen is China's going to continue to weaken interest rates and become part of a world carry trade. Right now, you borrow in the yen, which is a negative interest rate. You put it out in South America, you make a heck of a lot of money if you're a big enough trader to get that all done, or a big enough investor. For the average person, it's not for you. But as the yuan keeps falling in value, and believe me, I think it's still going to keep falling in value. I think that's one of I think it's going to be one of the hallmarks the rest of the year that we keep seeing a lower yuan. And as that keeps falling, could it become a carry trade market? It's very possible. I talk about this and so much more every morning early. I start recording at 5:15. You have a video typically around 6 a.m. every morning where I give you what's going on in Europe, what's going on in Asia, talk about the reports coming up in America. Then we go into the charts, because at the end of the day, that's what I do. I'm a chartist. And as I'm looking at them and looking for opportunities, I'm also a pragmatist. Like right now, do you really want to go into the FOMC meeting and take exposure in stock indices, currencies, interest rates? You know, I don't think it's going to affect the grains, the meats, the softs, or the energies. So there's certain markets you might want a little bit of caution with. You understand that. Remember, day after tomorrow, it's all systems go. Really not too concerned what happens in the Bank of England or Bank of Japan. They'd have to be surprises. They're looking, if you will, probably a 25 basis point hike out of England, staying flat in the Bank of Japan. There could always be surprises, but I doubt you're going to get them. Go to our website, iraepstein.com. Under the word research, it's all laid out for you there. Move your cursor up here. Take you right over to that area, and away you go. Give it a try. I think you'll find that, hey, it's a great way to start your day off and finish it off with my other reports. I'm Ira. You have a good day. I will catch up with you all a little later today at the end of the day reports. Take care.